Hello everybody, and welcome back to DC Universe Online with me and Shadow Justice hanging out in Dark Operations. And today, we're going to do what I said we would do once we passed level 30, and that is talk about skill points. And you might be sitting there talking to yourself, saying, Josh, okay, I know about skill points. You get the skills you want, and then you're done. You don't really need it unless you want to be a completionist about it. And you don't need to do all the achievements and things and the feats. And you and me, we're going to have a bro moment here, because to get where you want to be in the game, even if you are a casual player, you need to know about skill points, because it is super important. And I was the same way. I was like, well, there's really no point in collecting skill points unless I want to get a new weapon and be able to use that. Well, that's not the point of skill points. I mean, it does get you different weapons, but the point of it is to increase your stats and make you a better player and make you more efficient in battle. So that's what we're going to show today. And remember, this series that I do is not really to show you how to do things. It's to show you how you can play the game. And I guess after level 30 here, it's a bit more to show you about the game, like how to get through alerts and things and some of the better ways to do things, but it's still not how to be a pro player. But we're going to do our best job anyway. So let's start it off. I went ahead and reset all my skills so that I could show you this. And I don't have a whole ton of them because, like I said, until a few months ago, I was the same way. I thought, why do I need skill points? There's no point in getting skill points. But then I was talking to my league, and they were talking to some people that had very few skill points. Just enough to get their weapons and the things that they wanted on their character, and that was about it. And they were poor players. And they really helped them out. And while they helped those players out, I picked up on the things that they were saying, and I learned a lot about skill points. So let's go ahead and get into skill points. First off, let's go ahead and clean up our mobility here. So we'll go ahead and get Rocket Assisted Glide, of course, and we can grab really any one of these, it doesn't matter. Let's grab that one, and then we'll gather up all our stun resistance and our recovery so we can get power and all those things. And that's really what you want to focus in on your mobility, your movement menu. You want to focus in on these things that allow you to, when you, like this one here, allows you to recover 75 power over 10 seconds. Over 10 seconds when you use Breakout on a knockdown, juggle, or push effect. And it's not effective when other movement recovery effects are active, except Breakout Mastery. So that's what they are for. And then once you get Breakout Mastery, these things all work at the same time. So you really want to focus on getting your movement stuff figured out. And then you can tap into some of this stuff. Like, this one's pretty good for in PvP. Removes controller type shield effects from one target regardless of role. When the target is in controller role, their vitalization is reduced, hampering their ability to restore power to the allies. So that's really good if you're going to hurt other controllers in the PvP stuff. So yeah, that's, if you guys want to tap into a couple of these here for your PvP stuff, do so, because it'll help you out. Alrighty, so weapons. Now, skill points, you use them to tap into a weapon and get combos and stuff for the weapon, of course. You also use it to get these little boosts. And I talked about in my Let's Talk DC Universe Online how I didn't really like how these are set up. And I still don't exactly, but it does help when you're doing this skill point stuff. So let's go ahead and tap into pistols here. Let's just grab all the things that we need. And really, you want to focus firstly on which weapon you want to be your primary one. And then we'll continue on to what you would want to be your secondary weapon. Reason you really want to have like a primary and a secondary weapon is when you're doing alerts and raids and things like that, as you're progressing through the game, you will get weapon drops. Well, if you only are really tapped into one weapon type, say I just did dual pistol only, and I didn't use anything else, if I could never get dual pistol as a raid drop, or an alert drop, or any kind of weapon drop, I could never get that dual pistol to increase my stats, I would be hampering my progress. So having a secondary weapon is really good because you have that ability to use another weapon. And it's sometimes good to just tap into a whole bunch, and you will probably. And we'll show that here in a second. But first off, let's finish up with dual pistol. So let's go ahead. We went ahead and grabbed all the little combination stuff because it is our primary weapon. Now we need to get into the stat boosts. So for here we have critical attack damage. That's really good for DPS. Restoration, really good for healers. Defense for tanks. And really anybody. It helps your defense against your defense and toughness, so against mobs and other players, depending on if you're doing PvP or if you're doing PvE. So you want to tap into that. That's really good. It helps your stats. Vitalization, that's fantastic for controllers. It helps you get power faster, and it allows you to push out more power in alerts and raids to your other team members quicker so they can have more power all the time. And dominance, it helps your effects, your powers. It affects enemies more the higher your dominance is. So that's good for really anybody that uses a lot of power effects. Especially controllers, it's really good to have a high dominance because you want your powers to be more effective when you use them, especially your debuffs, which controllers use a lot of. Health, of course, you want to bring your health up, and power, that's good too, so you have a lot more power to use. And precision is really good for DPS and tank, so they can deal a lot more damage a lot quicker. So why am I going through all these? Well, because we need to pick out what's good for our role. If you're playing as a DPS, it's a lot easier because you're just looking for stuff that's going to boost your attack, and it's going to help you want to find things that help your defense, but mostly you want to focus on your attack because you're going to be the one that's going to be taking down enemies the most. If you're a tank, you want to find stuff that's going to hold your defense and give you a decent amount of attack because you're going to be holding the enemies off from your other teammates. Healer, you're going to want to find things that help you heal faster, your restoration, and you want to be able to survive a battle. So you want to increase your health. And a controller, you want to find vitalization, dominance, power, things that are going to help you get power out to your team members faster. So that's what you're going to want to focus in on these. So let's go ahead and let's grab some vitalization, of course. Let's grab some defense. Fantastic, we'll grab all of those. Let's grab some dominance as well. Let's just grab all the dominance in here. And let's go ahead and increase our health because we want to be able to survive the battle. Fantastic, so we have picked out the ones that we want. Do we want more of these? Yeah, I could take some power, but we're going to leave that blank for the moment so I can show you off some more of the skill points. Alright. So once you've done the boosts and stuff from your primary weapon, time to pick out a secondary weapon. And I usually use hand blasters because hand blasters are pretty good for a healer or a controller because it helps you build a lot of power really quickly. So let's go ahead and let's just get into these. Let's go ahead and grab all of them so that if we do use these, we can actually use them properly. Awesome. So we have might. Might, I forget what it does exactly. I know it helps you have more attack against them. So might adds 0.25% per point at level 1 up to 45% at level 30, increases your damage from your powers. So that's pretty awesome. It helps you deal more damage using your powers. So that's really good if you're a DPS or a tank, really. So your effects can, your powers can do more damage. So let's go ahead and look at those. Oop, wrong one. Those again. Hand blasters, fantastic. The next one on here, critical healing magnitude. Permanently increases your statistics, boosts critical healing magnitude by 4%. That's awesome for healers. Restoration again, precision again, power, health, dominance, vitalization. Awesome. So we are a controller, so we need to pick out more stuff that's going to help us get power out to everybody. So let's go ahead and grab dominance, of course. That's going to help us use powers against enemies. Vitalization, we need that. Awesome. And let's grab some health, of course. So, yeah, we could add precision, we could add some might, of course, if we wanted to. Why don't we leave that alone for the moment, just so we can get our base stats done. The things that are most important to our role. So let's go ahead and pick a third weapon. Now, you don't need to be totally statted in on these just yet. You can, in the future, get your third one, your fourth one, your fifth one. You could go through almost all the weapons on here and just stack them all out if you wanted to. So let's go ahead. Oh, let's say I want to do, let's do dual wield. Why not? So we're going to go down the dual wield menu. Alrighty. So, oh, also I forgot to mention, each one of these in the middle, you want to tap into each of these. So, like your dual pistol, you automatically get 1% healing chance. For vitalization, 10 might, you get those automatically for going into these main lists here. Not the side ones, you don't get anything for those, but just this main line that you go down the tree. You already get some stuff from those. So make sure you go as far down as you can down that line. So yeah, we're going into dual wield. So awesome, we got some restoration, some attack, and some vitalization. So that's fantastic. So what do we got in here? We got defense, restoration, dominance, attack. So that's all good stuff there. What else do we have? Oop. Vitalization, might, power, health. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab some dominance. So that'll continue moving the tree down if it stops with the last row stopped. What else do we got here? Restoration, defense. We need defense because we don't want to die in battle. What is this? Attack damage. That'd be good for DPS. We could get some might if we wanted to, but the other one was probably better, so we should probably not tap into that just yet, because we could use the other one, which would give us more might than that. Vitalization, we definitely need some vitalization, so let's grab those. We could get some power if we wanted to, or we could get some health. Health would probably be good. Let's grab a few of those. Awesome. So we got some health, we got some vitalization. Let's go ahead and pick a fourth one. Why not? So let's grab staff. Why not? So staff. Grab all these. Grab the vitalization from that, the might from that. Cool. So we have 8 more to go. Let's go ahead and grab some dominance. That'll be good. And let's see. Where do we have some vitalization in here? Could always use some more. Oh wow, we don't. Very interesting. No vitalization in this one. Well, that's totally fine. Let's grab some defense here. And we got about 2 more points, so we could grab something else. Why don't we go back up to our hand blasters and grab some might from that. There we go. Got 40 more points of might. So why did I do all of that? Because you might be thinking, well, it won't matter if you're not using the weapon right, you're wrong. These are all permanent gains. Whether or not you're using the weapon, you automatically get those boosts. So let's see. Before I did that, I don't know what I was at. But look at that. 1382. That probably boosted me a whole lot, and I can show you just how much it boosted me. So, we remember all the ones we got. We got dual pistol, dual wield, hand blasters, and staff. All of those ones gave us a whole bunch of stuff. So why don't we go ahead and warp to the watchtower really quickly, and we will... Or can I? Nope, can't. Well, that's fine. We'll just grab a machine here. And we'll set down a respec station. Perfect. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and respec. So we really focused on vitalization and dominance and our defenses and our health. So our health is 3947, defense is 3352. Big things to remember for a control roll is vitalization, which is 1382, and our dominance, which is 1066. So let's see how much just tapping into those things brought us up. So we just reset our skills. So without those, our vitalization is 1331, and our dominance is only 1916. So that brought us down way far, including our health, or our defense and our health, they both dropped. So just getting those little boosts brings you up, and it makes you a better player, because you have the ability to use more powers and help out your team more. So that's basically skill points in a nutshell. You want them so it'll raise your stats. You have the ability to use a wider range of weapons, and all in all, people will enjoy playing with you a lot more because you'll know a lot more about your character. You'll get a lot more in tune with what you're using. And same with powers and stuff. You really want to focus on the ones that are best for you. You want to find the ones that really help you in battle and are your style. So that's pretty much for skill points, guys. If you guys have more to add to skill points other than what I talked about, please put it in the comments, because it always helps out people that are really trying to learn exactly why people are asking them how many skill points they have and why they're not getting into alerts and stuff if they don't have high enough skill points. A lot of people do ask for that these days, because when you get into the heavier alerts and raids and things, those are really fairly necessary at times, because you're just not up to snuff if you don't have those boosts. And you can do them through all the powers, and you can get, if you get as many skill points as you can, you could boost your character immensely, because you could tap into almost every single weapon and get your boosts for your type of character, your type of role. And that's really, really important. So thank you guys for joining me for another episode of DC Universe Online. And if you guys have not checked out my Let's Play Batman Arkham City series, head on over and check out some of those videos. I think they're pretty funny, and it'll be a really good refresher if you have played the game, and it'll be really fun for you to watch if you haven't watched or haven't played the game, because here on October 25th we're going to be doing Batman Arkham Origins on this channel. So stay tuned, guys, and I will see you all next time.